in either bond A, a 2-year bond with a 3% annual interest rate, or bond B, an inflation index 2-year bond paying 1% real interest above the inflation rate. The inflation rate over the next 2 years is expected to be 1.5%. Assume that both bonds are default free and have the same market price. Which bond should you invest in? So they give you, they already give you the annual interest rate for bond A, which is 3%, and then to find the annual interest rate for bond B, you take the 1% real interest and add 1, and then you multiply it by the you multiply that by 1 plus the 1.5% expected inflation. Yeah, expected inflation rate they give you, and then you subtract that all by 1 to get 2.52%, which is lower than the one they gave you for bond A. So you want to invest in bond B, bond A.
Alright, for number 56, you purchased 3,000 shares of Purple Stuff Beverage Company 4 years ago at $30 per share. You have just received a mailing from the company announcing a fixed price tender to offer stock repurchase at $36 per share. Capital gains are taxed at 15%. If you participate in the repurchase, how much will you receive? So the number of shares is 3,000, and 4 years ago it was 30. And then you add it to the repurchase of shares, which is 36, and you're taxed at 50%, so that gives you 0.85, and it gives you 105,300.
Hey.
Wait.
Go for it, K3.
Go next. Yep, go for it. Okay.
I did 12.31. Silver Polygon Management has determined that if revenue were to increase by 10%, then EBIT or DBIT would increase by 25% to 100,000. The fixed costs, cash only for the firm, are 100,000. Given the same 10% increase in revenues, what would be the corresponding change in EBIT? So since there's a 10% increase in revenue, we know that there's 25% corresponding increase in EBIT, and we know that accounting DOL equals 2.5. The new EBIT would be 100,000. So they're going to take 100,000 divided by 1 plus 0.25, and that's going to give us 80,000. And then the 80,000 is 100,000 divided by 1,000 plus 20,000, you're going to get 1.2. So that would drive a 12% increase in your EBIT.
So this one's the cash conversion cycle. So Wolfgang's Masonry Management estimates that it takes a company 27 days on average to pay its suppliers. Management also knows that the company has days sale and inventory of 64 and days sale outstanding of 32 days. How does Wolfgang cash conversion cycle compare with the industry average of 75 days? So you do the DSO, which is 32 days, and then DSI, so that's sales outstanding, sales inventory, and then add those together and subtract the
Days payable.
the payout, so it's 32 plus 64 minus 27, so it's 69 days, and the average industry is 75 days, so it's quicker than the industry average.
So I did 13.6. Cerex Work Company is expected to pay a dividend of $1.10 1 year from today on its common shares. The dividend is expected to increase by 5% every year thereafter. If the price of Cerex common stock is 13.75, what is what is the cost of its common equity capital. So for what I did, we used the formula, the dividend yield formula, common stock, equals, dividend yield is D1 over P plus G, which was, so for that we filled it in, so we said $1.10 for the dividend, and then 13.75 was the common stock, and it was expected to increase over 5% over time, which we got to 13%. And then the second one is over here. For the second one, I did 16.7. Problem for that is the weighted average cost of capital for a firm, assuming all three Modiglian and Miller assumptions hold, is 10%. What is the current cost of equity capital for the firm if the cost of debt for the firm is 8% and the firm is 80% financed with debt? So for us, we use the formula for common stock. Again, this time there's a little bit more variables added to it, as we have to know the assets, the debt, and for both companies. So for this one, pretty much same thing. We know it was 10%, which we then use the next one, which was the debt and the common stock, which is 0.8, so 8%, 0.8, which is the 80%, 0.2. Subtracted that, got that to 18%.
For problem 11.25, this company is trying to determine when to buy their new accounting system. So to do this, you have to look at the net present value. And for each year, you subtract the future savings from the cost from the future savings. So for year 0, you subtract so we have they provide a chart. So for year 0, it would be 7,000 minus 5,000, and 5,000 is the cost of the machine, of the system. And then for the next years, you have to subtract the cost from the future savings and also divide that by 1 plus the opportunity cost of capital. And we'll do it for all the years until the net present value starts to decline, and then the year that they purchase the system will be in year 3 when it reaches the peak of the increasing net present value.
For 10.22, it is modified internal rate of return, which is, the problem is Morningside Bakers recently purchased equipment at a cost of $650,000. Management expects the equipment to generate cash flow of $275,000 in each of the next 4 years. The cost of capital is 14%. What is the moderate internal rate of return for this project? So in order to do that, you need to get the TV. So it's the cash flow 1 plus 1 plus K minus 1. Anyways, it's 275,000 times 1.14 since it's 14%, and you do that by 4 because it's 4 years, which then gives you 1,353,315. And so then you present value cost, is over TD over 1 plus the moderate internal rate of return. And so you put the 1,353,315 over 650,000 because that's your present value, and you divide that and get 2.0820, and then you divide that by 1/4 because it is 4 years, and you get 1.2012, and then that's 20.1%. So. I did 10.3. It's a net present value problem. Crescent Industries Management is planning on to replace some existing machinery in its plant. The cost of the new equipment and the resulting cash flows are shown in a company table. If the firm uses an 18% discount rate for the project like this, should management go ahead with the project? For the project, the net present value equals negative $3,300,000. And then those are all the years. You multiply them by 18%, and you end up getting 134,986, and you want to accept the project.
I did problem 10.31, and this is their valuing two independent projects with a discount rate of 13.8%. So they asked for the net present value. So for project 1, it would be the cost, which is $8,425,675 plus the plus like the cost from each year over the discount rate. Discount rate would be 1.1387 essentially each year to the 7th, and then that equals negative 668,283. So we would reject that project. And then for project 2, you would have the net present value would be the cost, which is $11,368,000 plus the cost cash flows from each year over 1.13 again, and that would equal 375,375.16 unless you would accept.
For problem 11.6, they're asking to compute the free cash flows. The free cash flows for when the market value is $1 million versus the free cash flows when the market value is $600,000. So to compute free cash flows, you take the market value, you subtract the market value minus the book value, and you multiply it by the marginal tax rate. So for the first part, you take $1 million minus $1 million minus 800,000 times 0.3, and then you get 940,000. And then you do the same sort of equation except plug in 600,000 for the second part, and then the answer is 660,000.
Who's going next?
As of chapter 16, column 37, Jupiter Company will be distributing $40 million of share to shareholders through a special dividend. The company has 160 million shares outstanding. If you own 100 shares of Jupiter Company, how much will you receive, ignoring taxes? So you just divide the 40 million that they're distributing by the 160 million shares that they already have, and you get $25 per share. And then you multiply that by the 100 shares you hypothetically have, and you get $25.
So I did chapter 14, problem 19. So you want to know how long it would take Aviva to collect its receivables on average. So you take the DSI equals inventory over cost of goods sold divided by 365. The inventory and the cost of goods sold is given. which would be 134,000 over 1,100,000 divided by the 365, and you get 44.5 days. Then you're given the 81 days. This is the operating cycle. So operating cycle equals DSO plus the 44.5 days, and you're trying to find DSO. So when you subtract it, you'll get 36.5 days.
I did 14.9, and you're trying to calculate the savings for the lockbox. And the equation of savings is equal to collection time times interest times sales. And so you plug it all in, you get $4,908.80.
So for 17.29, you purchased 1,000 shares of Kugel stock 5 years ago for $30 per share. Today, Kugel is repurchasing your shares through a fixed price tender offer for $80 per share. What are the after-tax proceeds to you if only your capital gain is only taxed at 15%? So you just take 1,000 and multiply that by 80 minus 30. And then you multiply that by the 15% rate, and you get 7,500. And then to get the after-tax proceeds, you do the 1,000 times the 80 shares you have, or times the 1,000 shares times 80, and then subtract the 7,500, and you get 72,500.
I took all chapter 1122 too, because this one I actually got right the first time. So you're trying to decide if you want to buy machine A or machine B. So machine A costs $15,000 to purchase, and then the 15% discount rate. So you multiply that by 1 plus the discount rate. For the third, because it's on a 3-year life, and the same thing, but you subtract 1, and so that one costs $6,569.55. Machine B, here's the discount rate, times cost $17,000 off the bat, times the 1.15, and has a 4-year life. And then so you'll put that on the bottom and subtract the 1, and this machine B costs $6,199.69. So you'd want to purchase machine B because it has lower costs.
And I did problem number 43, which basically they wanted to see what the stock price would be after the dividend was paid. So the current stock price is $22. The tax rate on the dividend, because it gets taxed at the income tax rate, is 15%. The dividend is $3 per share, and the extra dividend is 5 cents per share. So you take the 0.3, which is the 3 cents, plus the 5 cents, which is your total dividend, times the 1 minus the tax rate, which is 85%, is going to give you the amount that you receive after tax. Is you take this tax portion, the current stock price minus the tax is going to give you $21.70. So actually, the stock price is going to go down after the dividend paid by the tax rate. And then I also did problem 1236, which was a break-even analysis. Which was problem 1236. And the first step is to calculate the free cash flow. So you take the 100,000, you take the free cash flow calculation is going to be 1 divided by 0.12, which is the cost of capital. 1 minus 1 divided by 1.12 to the 10th, because that's the holding period. And you can calculate the free cash flow is $17,698.42. Then you take the free cash flow to get the EBIT. So it's the free cash flow minus depreciation and amortization, which was $8,000, plus capital expenditure, which was $4,000, and additions to working capital, which was $2,000. And then we divided that by 1 minus 0.25, which was the tax rate. So we got cash flow, EBIT of $20,931.23, you want to do the revenue minus the variable costs. So to get that, we take the EBIT plus the depreciation amortization, add that back, plus the fixed cost, is going to give us $31,931. We take that, take the price minus the variable cost, which is the contribution margin, divided into the 31,931.22, we get 3,992 cars that we need to produce to, or sell to break even. Any others? We missed anybody not go? Okay, that's it. Great, we'll finish the rest of them on Thursday. Oh, thank you. And I'll be around today between 1:30 and 5:30. It's in Galileo, 329. You guys might want to take pictures of this. Nice job.
Thanks.